My name is Alex A. Fitzgibbon. I've been playing dodgeball for 8 years. And I'm with Kenny Malvena. Kenny, introduce yourself.
Hey, y'all. I'm Kenny Malvena. I've only been playing dodgeball competitively for about 3 months now. So I'm new to all this, and I'm seeing what exactly the dodgeball community consists of, and it's quite scary, might I say.
Yeah, and
It's quite scary.
Kenny's pretty good for just 3 months, so we're just gonna wing.
Thank you, Fitz. Thank you very much.
We're gonna wing this podcast here, and we're gonna try to keep it short and simple. No, we're not trying to copy off of anybody or anything. This podcast is gonna be for people who love dodgeball. That's pretty much it. So I just want to go straight into the topics that are live, and the UDC is going to be our topic for today. How many?
You mean the tournament that was in Vegas this past week?
Yep. How many teams were there?
48, I believe.
48.
Yeah, they were It's a shame, out of 96 qualified, and so only half were able to make it.
Yeah. Still pretty big though.
Oh yeah. It was about, I think it was 8 more teams than last year. I think that's what they said.
So we got to see a lot of familiar faces and familiar names and teams, and some new teams that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was cool.
And really wrecked stuff and wrecked prominent teams that won. I mean, Doom got knocked out. They won 3 years in a row, and this team out of nowhere from Boston, Massachusetts, by the name of Shooters.
Shout out to the Shooters for congratulations.
They took Doom out, and it was an upset. A lot of good teams got taken out. But shout out to Team Awesome for winning the whole thing. It was that brings some prominence to us East Coasters, so that's a good thing. How many days was this? Like 4 days? 4-day tournament?
Yeah, the tournament started on a Thursday, and it ended on a Sunday.
Yeah, so there's 4 days of championship tournament. So out of all this, what are some good things about it, would you say?
The biggest thing was just meeting other people from, we had teams from Australia, we had teams from Canada. So that was the biggest thing, networking, just getting to meet new people and play against new people.
And then in your first 3 months, you meet 2 teams from different countries.
I mean, that's I can't ever say I would have ever done that. Especially if you play dodgeball in one area so long, you forget how big the competition can be outside of your area.
Yeah.
And and that was, to me, that was the best thing, and just seeing the passion people have for dodgeball too. I mean, and people would get upset over calls, but then they would forget it. They would realize why they're truly playing. They're playing for the love of the sport.
Right. And I think, but the thing is that my third thing is what went wrong. I think what you just said there, it's like I think some people don't care about the passion. I think some people go in the cheaters, and my third thing is what went wrong. Before I go into that, I think it's like I think it was a great tournament. There was mistakes, of course, but I want to see this thing keep going for years and years to come. It's there's $50,000 on the line, $75,000 in its first year. No other sport or league does this for this sport. It's the first. I would say Jeff Platt is the first guy to make a trampoline court for dodgeball. No one's ever done it. No one's ever marketed dodgeball, and that's why I think baseball, hockey, and football. That's why they skyrocketed in the 80s. I think those guys weren't making like more than $13K a year until these people started marketing these sports. And this is what Jeff's doing now in the past like 3-4 years. So that's what I feel.
It's interesting. It's going to be definitely interesting to see where dodgeball on trampolines, or just dodgeball in general, takes. Where's the next place to go?
Right.
I mean, they already have Team USA dodgeball.
Yeah.
But
USDO.
Yeah, I mean, is it going to be in the Olympics next, or is it going to become a sport where it's as big as rugby, just not many people play it, but it has that prominence where everyone knows what rugby is.
Right.
Because honestly, when you say dodgeball in Las Vegas, everyone's mind goes to Dodgeball the movie.
Right.
That was the biggest stereotype.
And I know you've only been playing for 3 months, but the USDO, I think Bill already runs a makeshift Olympics. It pretty much is the Olympics. All the Olympic committee has to do is give Bill a call, and boom, it's in the Olympics. So I think it's really blown up. But I think this is one of the biggest tournament there is, in my opinion. But out of the whole thing, I really enjoyed it. I know there was some mistakes that even upset me at one point, but I think it can only improve and get better and bigger. So what went wrong? A lot of people are saying, the reffing, bad calls, cheaters. I'm saying my main number one problem I feel is cheaters, because people can A, get away with it, and B, there's no penalty for it. You can do it, and if you get away with it, okay, fine, and no one blinks an eye or does a thing about it. So, what do you feel on what went wrong? What do you feel?
Well, addressing the cheaters, it's kind of a hard thing to judge. I mean, without replay cameras and going on human error. I mean, that's where most of the cheating happens.
Right.
Do
you think it should be a penalty for cheaters if someone's found blatantly
cheating?
See,
that's the thing. I mean, yeah, I mean, definitely if someone's found blatantly cheating.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's hard to catch it.
Yeah. So, but if they do catch it and the whole place sees it and everybody and their mother, and they even have it on film and they replay it, and everybody, 10 people out of 10 say, "Wow, he just got hit and both refs didn't see it, but he's going to stay in anyway." Do you think there should be a penalty?
That's the thing. I mean, each game is ultimately it's the refs' decisions,
right.
And if the refs don't see it, and all the fans see it, then they're not going to listen to the fans.
Yeah. But don't you think this is like the whole game is, to make it better? It's based on honesty. That's what makes it a really good tournament.
Definitely. I mean, everything in the world is that way.
Because these balls are flying at like 70 miles per hour sometimes.
Yeah,
top throwers 80.
In a perfect world, if everyone was honest, the world would be amazing. Yeah. But we don't live in a perfect world, and like you mentioned earlier, how if we had video replay, that would probably be the closest thing to catching people cheating.
Yeah.
I just don't think dodgeball is to the point where it can have that. Just because it's so fast-paced of a game.
Yeah.
Now, I know football's a fast-paced game, baseball is, but those are much more bigger in America and in the world. And dodgeball, it's more viewed as a recreational sport.
Yeah, so I think it's starting to change, though. I mean, we're
definitely starting to change.
We were in front of the world on Snapchat.
I mean, what was it? It was like
for a day.
100 million users were following Snapchat story or something like that.
So all I had to do is the whole world could see dodgeball for a day.
I mean, the live stream they did on Sunday, it had over 400 views at one point.
Yeah, in like the first hour or something.
Yeah, I mean that's ridiculous.
30 minutes, yeah.
It's my biggest improvement of what UDC can do for next year's tournament is, one, educate the refs more. Let them know that you're not.
Even though Mark Combe hates me, he thinks that let them give them their player refs. I feel that's not a bad. I've been playing for 8 years, and I feel like the best refs are the players themselves.
Yes, players that have
the
played.
Best refs. So I wouldn't mind that idea.
But where are you going to find a player who's going to want to ref and not play in the tournament?
That's true.
But you could find older players.
Yeah.
I mean, there are players in their 40s that have played in this tournament, don't want to do this anymore. They'll be more than willing to ref.
I think so.
Yeah.
Might be honest
also, with the reffing, just having more per match. Even the littlest matches, the ones that are round robin, having more per, because those round robin matches, the ones in the beginning, ultimately do matter.
Yeah.
Every match you play matters. So they should have 4 refs per match. And that's not hard. 3 courts, 12 refs.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I was reading a lot of the stuff on the Dodgeball family forum or whatever, and it's like a lot of people. There's one idea that said that one guy said, all these teams are paying all this money to go out there, then why not make the elimination playoffs at least best of 5? It wasn't double elimination. And then in Mark's podcast or the West Coast, they said, well, we're so used to, being almost spoiled with the double elimination. But, the one guy in the forums did have a point where it's like, we paid all this money to come out on our own dime, at least make the
playoffs.
At least make the playoffs, the elimination days, at least best of 5, at least.
Yes.
Or
if not best of 5, double elimination.
Exactly. And then another thing was, I think you should punish the cheaters. That's just my opinion. I think if you're found blatantly cheating, you can be ejected out of the tournament. Your ass can be canned. That's my opinion. And then cheating. And then the third thing. What was the other thing that people were?
The refs.
The live rule. The live rule. It should be live until it hits a ball. Live until it hits the wall or the floor. And period. And then if there's 1 versus 1, then it could be to save time. whoever gets hit first. And if you can't make a significant ruling on who gets hit first, maybe reset it.
Replay.
Exactly.
I think that was a big problem too. There was a lot of stuff that happened this past weekend that they didn't know what to do, and instead of just
something that
listening
close
to the crowd, they should have just reset.
Yeah.
Pretend it didn't happen, and just reset the play.
If you can't make a definitive, you should reset.
Sides restart, go back to the respective walls.
Yeah.
Balls will reset.
If you're having if you're having a call that's like on the fence for 50-50, replay it.
Yeah.
Because you can't, if you're saying, if two refs are saying it's a catch and then this guy's saying it's not, it's like a 50-50, or same thing with Dave. If it's two throws at once and it's both live and, replay. If it's
you don't know what
two
happened
on the fence, replay it.
Exactly. That's the best
That's
situation.
third. And then fourth, what else was there? I think there's one more thing.
For improvement.
Cheaters, the live off ball, the live ball. I think overall, other than that, it went really well. It was you got a lot of play time. They mentioned that in the other podcast. I think it was really cool that they got everybody together at the Golden Nugget. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go to. We chose a different package, but we got there pretty cheap. Me and Kenny here wound up paying $375 for 6 days
a piece. Yeah,
flight and hotel.
Yeah.
Golden Nugget. I mean, that's a good idea to have everybody in under one roof. I wish we would have done that, but
now we know for next year.
Yeah.
And and we're definitely coming back stronger next year.
Yeah, and I think you know what, if they can, you're throwing all this money into this whole thing. Why not, like, for each court, cameras I believe are really cheap and they're only getting better in quality. So why not get some cameras for elimination playoffs and then go to a replay camera in case you need it? Maybe. If they can, why not? And that's the fourth thing. So
I'm going to
at 11 minutes
direct
here.
the conversation a little bit.
Right. So we'll get to the last point. The last one I want to bring up before the closing is Mark Sizravi. I think that's how you spell his name. Why are you dodgeballers so oversensitive? I don't get it. I mean, he made a post like, what was it? Like, he said it was about Dave Benedetto's commentary. I think he meant to say what like Vince made a post what went wrong with the UDC. And that's the last thing we just talked about.
And that's the thing. Like, what you say on the internet is interpreted by the reader.
Yeah.
And
I think a lot of
we
readers,
know how many people read a post.
Yeah,
a bunch of people.
All these readers are so oversensitive, though. That's what I feel. It's like, I think he made two small things. Like, he didn't know his knowledge about David Benedetto, who used to be on the
Brittany Massaro
TV show for Dodgeball, and Brittany Massaro, who's like a USDO gold medalist. They both have a really good respective track record. But this guy didn't know it, and then they fucking railed into him about not knowing. I think, right? I'm pretty sure I read the same thing you did, and like, the one thing that everybody missed is, like, he made a point where punish the cheaters. I'm right on board with him. Like, punish the cheaters. If you see somebody get hit dead in the leg, bounces right off of them, and then, like, everybody and their mother sees that, and he's like, oh, I don't have to go out because the ref didn't see it. Like, fucking can his ass. Like, kick him out of the tournament. That's how I feel. Maybe if you want to take it a step further, put him on a blacklist for the next tournament, but maybe that's too much. Maybe just for that day, or can him. And then cheating will actually weaken your chances of winning, because then you'll have to play like 4 versus 5 for the rest of the tournament because your one players can't. That's how I feel. I think I'm right on board with him. But everybody just railed into him about about these two little things and took it totally off focus and off topic. But hey, Mark, I'm on board with you. I definitely agree. Punish the cheaters. I think that's a good thing. And what do you think, Kenny? Any other closing thoughts?
I got nothing, man.
All right. Well, that's 14 minutes, and
so long, everybody.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll make another one in the future. So
the 5 Ds for dodgeball again:
dive, duck, dip,
dodge,
and
there's 2 dodges in there.
And dodge. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good weekend. If you're on the East Coast here, come out to the Dodgetoberfest. Kyle Ross is hosting. I'm co-hosting it. Should be a good tournament. So all you East Coasters, I'll see you there. For everybody else, be sure to tune in next week.